Meantime, the Lakers. Okay, so here's what LeBron says. There have been times when we're at our best, we look really good. And there are other times where it's disgusting.
You know what that sounds like, Ernie?
What?
Sounds like an old man. Like when you wake up in the morning, sometimes I'll be like, ooh, I feel good. Then that next day you be like,
that's
sciatica, sciatica.
Charles Barkley has once again turned his attention to the Los Angeles Lakers, and this time his remarks hit with explosive force. The outspoken analyst didn't simply criticize, he delivered a verbal spectacle that instantly lit up the room. From comparing the team to the hapless Washington Generals, to slipping into a sharp, theatrical Oprah-style impression, Barkley made sure every jab landed. He even tossed an pointed sciatica joke aimed squarely at LeBron James, turning what could have been routine commentary into headline-grabbing entertainment that left no doubt about where he stands.
Why do you hate the Lakers? Chuck, tell us.
Why I hate the Lakers? It's always somebody else's fault. Remember 3 years ago, it was Russell Westbrook's fault. Then it was Frank Vogel's fault. Then it was D'Angelo Russell's fault. Then it was Darvin Ham's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. And it bothers me. Listen, you don't always blame other people for your shortcomings.
My point is, it's got to do with style of play, got to do with
effort, Kenny.
Effort.
Yeah,
come on, Kenny.
This time, Chuck held absolutely nothing back. Every word came out unfiltered and unapologetic. He didn't soften the edges or clean up the message. He delivered it at full volume and full confidence. What made it even more striking was how precisely each line landed. Sharp and intentional. There was no rambling, no empty chatter, just perfectly timed punches and fearless delivery. The rhythm, the confidence, the complete lack of hesitation, it all clicked. And that's what made this moment stand apart from the rest.
Like an Oprah Winfrey show, you get a basket, you get a basket, you get a basket. Everybody who plays against the Lakers, they gonna make everybody look good. I mean, they're like the Washington Generals. They gonna make every team's the Globetrotters against them. I mean, and we can keep sugarcoating it, and I know they gonna make us talk about the Lakers. The Lakers are a mediocre team.
When he compared them to the Washington Generals, the message was blunt. The Los Angeles Lakers are making every opponent look like the Harlem Globetrotters. No sugarcoating, no polite spin, just a flat declaration that this is a mediocre squad. But before even unpacking the quote, it's worth admitting something. Charles Barkley has practically mastered the art of Lakers criticism. At this stage, his commentary could hang in a gallery. Whenever their name surfaces, he's ready, not out of affection, but because they keep supplying material year after year. On the latest Inside the NBA segment, he seized fresh ammunition and delivered his shots with calm precision, measured, experienced, and merciless. The spark for it all came from LeBron James himself, who openly admitted, there are times when the Lakers look really good at their best, and other times when it is disgusting. Hearing a superstar label his own team disgusting at a press conference is either rare honesty or a warning siren in disguise. It all depends on how you choose to interpret it.
As Dallas played without Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, this was all about the Lakers.
And the Lakers proved to what I keep saying, the Lakers stink, plain and simple. We have to talk about them because the media is infatuated with the Lakers, but the Lakers are not a good team. They got zero athletic ability. They got a good shot every time. The Lakers could never keep them in front of them. This was a coaching masterpiece by Jason Kidd because there's no way that team that the Mavs put out there, especially one winning by 20, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Charles Barkley took that quote and turned it into a moment viewers won't soon forget. He joked that it sounded like an older man waking up. Some mornings you feel fantastic and everything clicks, and other days the sciatica flares up and nothing cooperates. By linking LeBron James' words to the realities of aging, Barkley delivered the punchline with his trademark confidence, unfiltered, fearless, and straight to the point. The entire Inside the NBA crew burst into laughter, and the studio lit up. But beneath the humor, there was substance. LeBron, now in his 40s and still competing at the highest level, shows flashes of brilliance some nights while other games reveal a team that looks completely out of rhythm. There's rarely a middle ground, and that inconsistency isn't random, it's the physical toll of asking a 41-year-old body to battle through back-to-backs in the world's toughest league. It's remarkable, yet naturally unpredictable. And Barkley didn't stop at the joke. Once the laughter settled, the conversation shifted to real analysis. Beyond the punchlines, the Los Angeles Lakers have genuine defensive concerns, especially on the perimeter, where they lack reliable stoppers at the guard and wing spots who can consistently contain aggressive downhill attacks, and that's the core issue holding them back.
He just described who he should be and who the team should be based on what their personnel is. at that time. They are old in certain parts. They don't have perimeter.
Wait, he's the only one old.
But they don't have perimeter defense. Young at the perimeter. So now there's no resistance for guys that get downhill.
Yes.
And I think that is the biggest thing. You know, yes, they don't have a great shot blockers, but they have shot block ability. But they do not have resistance at the 1, 2, and 3 position. And that is indicative of why they.
When opposing guards and wings glide into the lane without resistance, the entire defense unravels. Rim protectors are forced to abandon their spots, help rotations turn frantic, and instead of controlling the tempo, the defense scrambles just to survive. That's a blueprint for defeat. DeAndre Ayton was brought in to steady that chaos, expected to serve as the interior anchor who erases mistakes, guards the rim, and adds strength in the paint. The vision was clear. The reality, however, has been more middle of the road. He hasn't been a disaster, nor is he the lone problem, but he also hasn't become the defensive cornerstone many anticipated. The Beehive comparison sums it up perfectly. When there's no resistance on the perimeter, it's like cracking open a hive and letting everything swarm. Each unchallenged drive becomes another full-speed attack, collapsing the defense. You can stack size and length near the basket, but if multiple attackers are already charging downhill because no one slowed them at the start, the damage is already done.
Play like that.
J.J. Bennett going more to his own, too, to address the defensive issues on that team.
Absolutely. And like you mentioned, like Luka and Austin Reeves have been terrific offensively. Luka flirt with a triple-double every night. Austin Reeves been killing the league, averaging over 25 points, but they've been a turnstile on defense. And whoever comes to town can just beat them off the dribble, drive and kick, and get other guys open. But you wanted to also get more from DeAndre Ayton as an anchor when you acquire him as the Lakers. And he's been pedestrian a lot of times, and I just don't think the Lakers, even though LeBron does a really good job at his.
But when you open a bee's nest and all the bees is hard to block all the bees, you got DeAndre in there like this. Like, it's like you got to have resistance out front.
But even offense.
When perimeter defense collapses, the entire system unravels, help coverage arrives late, rotations lose shape, and recoveries become impossible once opponents are already attacking the paint. No team can erase mistakes after the damage is done inside. Offensively, though, Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic have been nothing short of spectacular. Doncic flirts with a triple-double almost every night, filling the stat sheet as if it's second nature, while Reeves is pouring in more than 25 points per game and quietly authoring one of the Western Conference's most impressive individual stretches. The Los Angeles Lakers can score with anyone. They have the offensive firepower to outpace nearly any opponent, and their fifth-place position in the West reflects that. With LeBron James, Reeves, and Doncic expected to share the court again for the 11th time this season, the scoreboard could light up in a hurry. It feels like points will be handed out to everyone in purple and gold. But here's the twist. Lately, the giveaways seem to be happening on defense. Opponents stroll in and pile up numbers with ease, and rival guards suddenly look like all-stars from the outside. When Charles Barkley compared them to the Washington Generals, the perennial foil to the Harlem Globetrotters, whose job is to make the other side shine, it struck a nerve. That team is designed to lose, structurally and consistently, to elevate the show. For a franchise with 17 championships, built on the legacy of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kobe Bryant, that comparison isn't just a punchline, it's a flashing red warning about a defense that must be fixed before elite offense stops being enough.
About the Lakers are a mediocre team. Now they got some really good teams in the West that we should be talking about, because I'm starting to get on this San Antonio bandwagon right now. Obviously we got OKC and Denver, we got Houston, but man, them Spurs, they're knocking on.
Barkley didn't hold back, he basically laid it out. Every team facing the Los Angeles Lakers turns into the Harlem Globetrotters. They stroll in, dazzle the crowd, and leave grinning because the Lakers are handing out highlight reel moments like candy. The studio erupted in laughter, the panel was in stitches, but deep down, every Lakers fan probably felt that tiny, uncomfortable twinge of truth. The heat didn't stop there. Los Angeles Clippers got caught in the crossfire too. Lawrence Frank tried to downplay it, insisting the goals hadn't shifted and this wasn't a surrender moment. Barkley, naturally, wasn't having it. He shot back that the Clippers had waved every flag imaginable, not just white, purple, orange, blue, you name it. The white flag was simply the latest chapter. And when Kawhi Leonard's injury history started dominating long-term planning discussions, the narrative pivoted, but make no mistake, the Lakers were center stage. Barkley's message hit hard, but it underscored a genuine problem. The defensive cracks were real. And while fifth place in the Western Conference sounds decent on paper, the scoreboard hides a deeper structural issue that can't be ignored. The biggest issue isn't talent, it's chemistry and defensive identity. When LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves have barely shared the floor together, That's not just unfortunate, it's damaging. Contending teams build rhythm through repetition. Defensive rotations, switches, communication, those things only become instinctive with time. The Lakers haven't had enough of it, and it shows. That's why they're leaning on zone defense more often, not as a strategy, but as a cover. Zone can slow things down briefly, but elite Western Conference offenses will pick it apart. Guards get into the paint, help collapses, shooters get open, and suddenly it's another big scoring night against Los Angeles. Until this team builds real cohesion and commits to consistent defensive accountability, they won't look like a threat, they'll look vulnerable when it matters most,